Okay. Hello, everyone. Whoever's watching this. This is my now third video. And every time I make a video now, it feels like a new adventure and a new, I don't know, it's fun. But today, I'm gonna be talking, I think, well, I hate saying this word, but I'm gonna be talking about men. I'm also gonna be talking about women, though. And then I'm gonna be talking about their differences and similarities and performativity. And specifically performativity within the age ranges of maybe 19 to 28. Yeah. But I don't know, I've just been thinking a lot about performativity within men, and just thinking about that in difference to performativity with women, and specifically women appealing to male gaze versus men appealing to female gaze, I guess. And I feel like that used to not be a thing because it's not as glamorized in media as women appealing to male gaze. But I feel like now it's kind of, I feel like men are they're trying to perform, and I think it's funny and also annoying because I see it every day. Because also I don't go to UCLA, I'm just wearing this, but I see it a lot where I live, where it's every day. Men are trying. They're trying to be something they're not. And it really pisses me off because I'm like, oh, be who you are. But then, and then I think about also how hard it is for women having to be themselves because they're automatically put into this world that they're forced to be a version of themselves that also on a subconscious level they probably aren't even aware of, and then we're like told to be this kind of feminine thing, but this feminine thing is also constructed by men. So it's like what is feminine to the world is not inherently what femininity means to every single woman on the inside internally. So I think we're also construed a lot of the time, but I have to say now, I feel like women, we're at a place where we're owning our femininity. And also I think about pop stars right now, and a lot of the big pop stars are women, and I feel like we're doing really good in the entertainment world. But then again, it's there's always going to be that level of sexism, and half of the time these women are famous because they're appealing to the sexual side of them, their sexual energy, and they're using it in a way as entertainment. And yeah, I don't know, there's so much debate about that because I think there's a line of owning your sexuality and I don't know, being like, this is who I am, this is my sexual energy, this is my sexual expression, and this is my attractiveness, and this is who I am, versus only using that energy to try to get male validation and only using it solely for that purpose so that you can garner some sort of fame and having low respect for yourself in that way, where you don't care, you just want to have that validation from men or women. Yeah. I mean, I guess men also in entertainment have to have some sort of sexiness, right? But I feel like they're not ripping their clothes off, or they're not in bras and bikinis on stage as much as women are. I feel like most of the time men have their shirts on when they're like singing. Yeah, and where am I even going with this? I don't know. As I get older too, see I just see it unfold, and I'm like, should men be going down this performative lane? I just think it's funny because it's like for so long women have had to try to perform for men, and now I feel like men are trying to perform for women, at least in the city that I'm in, because they all try to be like cool and appeal to femininity, and they all try to like drink matcha and read books in the park, and they're all wearing the same kind of jeans and wearing the same like flannel like button up and like white t-shirt underneath, and like trying to be fashionable but in a very subtle and cool way. And if that is who you are, I guess great. But if you're just trying to be someone you're not, then that sucks, because you're gonna end up with someone knowing a false version of you. And then you'd be like, actually, I don't like matcha. I actually like Earl Grey tea. And they're gonna be like, oh, so you were just faking your personality the entire time. And when I'm on dates, that's something I'm always afraid of, though. I'm always scared that I'm just gonna like be with this copy of someone that's like trying to be something they're not. And dating in the city that I live in, actually dating doesn't even exist. It's just a hookup culture. Until maybe you're like 35, potentially. And I'm in my early 20s, and I've seen so many girls my age and some of my friends, like, nothing wrong with this, but like they'll go out with guys that are like maybe like 6 years older, and they're still performative up there, you know? Like it never stops. It never dwindles. It never, until maybe they're 35, and then they're like, wait, I have to stop being cool and I have to start doing shit with my life. But that's also advice for me too. But that's what I'm just saying that like it's even older guys play into it, the performativity. And to me it just pisses me off, I think, because it's like as women we actually had no choice. We had to appeal to the male gaze just to even survive, and you know, we literally had laws telling us no. Versus men, this is kind of like almost a privilege to them that they can perform, and they shouldn't do that. That's kind of what I have to say. And I'm not saying this doesn't go for both genders, because it does. And I think I'm just observing, possibly. But I'm gonna leave you on that and see if this sparks some sort of debate. Let's fight in the comments. Let's see what goes down. Okay.